Birdwatching for me has always been how I relax. So, you know, living in a big city, the pace of life is very fast. There's lots of noise, there's people, there's cars and everything. Spending time in nature is really good for your health. My name is Terry. I'm British, based now in Beijing, and I'm an expert on environment law and wildlife conservation. And so in Beijing now I work on consulting projects related to those topics. And I've been in Beijing now for 9 years. I really enjoy trying to reach more people about nature and wildlife, and so one of my priorities is to try to engage more people, students, children and adults too, about the special wildlife that can be found in Beijing, because I think that knowing about this is the first step towards protecting them. When I first came to China and I started to look around to watch birds, very quickly found that it was a good place for bird watching, and I started to document, like a diary, where I went and what I saw, and I created a website called birdingbeijing.com. So when I go out into nature to look for birds or animals, I always take some equipment with me. Now around 500 different types of bird have been recorded in Beijing. So it's one of the best capital cities in the world to watch birds. Lots of birds fly north to this area in summer, and so every autumn you have this mass exodus of birds where millions and millions of birds will fly south from Siberia. And I describe it really as a bird expressway. So Niao de Gaosu, and where all these millions of birds are flying through, and Beijing is like a service station on this Gaosu, on this expressway. Okay, so we've just arrived here at near Huairou, and we're near a little stream that runs into the reservoir at Huairou. We have many of these plants with the seed heads still on them, and the trees. And so this is a really good area in winter particularly for birds to come and feed. Okay, so we've just arrived at this little bridge over the river here, and just about less than 100 meters actually on the water here we have some little grebes, xiaopiti in Chinese, and these are very small birds, only about this big, and they dive under the water for their food, and most of them leave Beijing in the winter because most of the fresh water becomes ice, which makes it hard for them to find food, but there are always a few that hang on. This is a grey-headed woodpecker, and we just heard the woodpecker drumming, which is the banging on the tree, and that's a territorial thing, so he's saying this is my home. and he's saying to other male, if you're male, keep out. If you're female, come here. I'm very sexy. I have a nice home. There are many conservation NGOs in the UK that are based in the UK, and they have a lot of expertise on water birds in particular and wetland habitats, and so they're working closely with Chinese academics and Chinese government to transfer that expertise and hopefully build capacity in China to protect important wetlands. So yeah, there are a number of collaborations between UK and China, and I really hope that expands over the next few years. Yeah, I think it's really important to have a connection with nature. If we have that connection and we understand a bit better our place on the planet and have respect for all of the other living things with which we share this special planet.